Minecraft horror mods. I'm not here to waste your time. We're gonna find the best Minecraft horror mods you can possibly play. Getting straight into it, here's the tier list. We have In Your World, No Moon.jar, Tape 37, From the Caves, The Broken Script, The Boy in the Bat, Disturbed, From the Fog, Split Self, The Mimicker, The Man from the Fog, Entity, The Obelisk, and finally The Boiled One. Now don't worry, I've played every single mod pack here. If you don't believe me, just look at my YouTube. Before we rank each of these horror mods, how am I gonna rank them? The most important one obviously being how scary it is. Secondly, the best thing about horror mods is the environment, so we're going to be ranking them on the environment as well. And lastly, a bit of a weird one. How does it sound? If it's scary, has good environment, and has good sounds, it's going to make its way all the way up to the top, and it could be its own game. So let's go to the very first one. How is In Your World going to rank up? It's first for a reason. This is one of my favorite horror mods, okay? No bull, guys. These are the best of the best. This horror mod is heavily inspired by The Broken Script and No Moon.jar. If you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure you know about two of those mods. There's some very subtle things about this horror mod that I really like. So first of all, let's talk about the environment. Okay, the environment is nailed down. You really feel that sense of there's someone watching you. All the animals could stop what they're doing for a second and stare you right in the eyes. In this horror mod, it's important to look up in the sky because there's some stuff that happens in the sky that look very, very strange. This mod does a great job with the ambience. You might just be walking around somewhere and then out of nowhere you just hear a breath down your ears. That's the type of horror I'm talking about. So we're gonna make this one quick. This one is gonna go nearly perfect. I think this one is nearly perfect. It's nearly there. I think after a couple more updates and it adds a little bit more stuff, it could really get up there with one of the next mods, which is No Moon.jar. I'm sure you guys know about No Moon.jar, so I'm not gonna even describe it. It is heavily inspired by The Broken Script. It's basically an extension to The Broken Script. To sum it up really quickly, it goes inside the moon and spawns some really cool and scary entities. My favorite thing about this horror mod is definitely the atmosphere. This is easily one of the best horror mods when it comes to atmosphere. You always have that feeling of there's someone watching you. So environment, 10 out of 10. Scariness, it's kind of hard to say because in my opinion, I think it's really scary because of the environment. But in terms of jump scares and all, it's not as bad, but there is a creature called Null that can spawn and chase you down and literally kill you. It can be a little bit annoying after a couple times that happens, but honestly, No Moon.jar doesn't deserve any hate. The sounds on this as well are definitely very, very good. So we're gonna make this one quick as well. I'm gonna put it up past nearly perfect because this mod is perfect. It could be its entire own game. Now next up is Tape 37. I actually haven't seen everything this mod can do. I've played it for a bit and it's very, very slow. Now, unlike all the other horror mods on this tier list, it's actually a mod pack. So you're given a world which is actually an old alpha version of the game, which really adds to the atmosphere because we all know about the feeling when we used to play old Minecraft. Everyone used to be terrified of Herobrine and just weird things happening. The ambience in this horror mod is easily one of the best. The hardest part about this mod is just playing on the alpha edition because there really was nothing on the old Minecraft versions, but honestly, besides from that, this horror mod absolutely nails it down. It really feels like you just joined an old world from 2013 that you haven't picked up in years, but there's actually something inside of it. So honestly, Tape 37, absolutely solid mod. The only downside with this mod is honestly it's a mod pack. You can't really use it on any other worlds, which is kind of a bummer because I'd like to use it with all these other horror mods. So Tape 37 I think is really, really good. And scariness, it gets like an 8 out of 10. The environment is very solid. It's like a 9 out of 10. And the sound as well, it adds lots of, especially cave horror sounds. You already know about the cave horror noises. It basically makes these worse. So I'm going to put it into the terrifying. Now the next one, this mod just blew up out of nowhere. Okay, I actually tried this mod when I only had like 5,000 downloads for my video. But now it has over 100,000 and it has so many views on YouTube. I feel like people are going to throw tomatoes at me right now. I just don't understand From the Caves, okay? Honestly, the concept of the caves being a lot scarier, I love. The one thing I really don't like about this mod now, it might be fixed now. I haven't tried it in a couple days. But honestly, the worst thing about it is the creatures in the game get infected and it just gets ridiculous. Like, in my world, there is about 4 or 5 infected creatures every couple minutes. So that right there just really kills the horror. But I do like the caves. I do like this mod as an addition where it could just stay in the caves and not really come outside the caves and infect the overworld. Or at least if it was going to do that, maybe take at least 10-20 in-game days. The environment in the caves are perfect though. I honestly would give it a 9 or 10 out of 10 when you're in the caves. It's basically a much better version of the Cave Dweller. Everyone knows about the Cave Dweller. Easily one of the worst horror mods ever made. So honestly, besides from that, I think From the Caves is very solid. And I'm going to put it behind Tape 37. I'm going to put it behind it in the terrifying tier. Now up next, this is going to be the quickest one in the video. The Broken Script. It's the best horror mod. It's the best horror mod. It got deleted because it was too intrusive on your computer, even though it actually never was any virus or anything like that. It just really translated the entire Minecraft horror. Never mind Minecraft, this is like one of the best horror mods full stop in any game. If they couldn't get copyrighted with Minecraft and they released it in its own similar version, I would 100% spend €20 to buy this game. The fact this horror mod is free, it just blows my mind. It's easily the best horror mod. Everyone knows about it. Now, next up, the boy in the bat. I'm a bit mixed on this one, okay? The actual scariness of the creature itself is very scary. It looks pretty fucking scary when you're playing it in game. But besides from that, I don't really like it, okay? The one thing I do really like is it can give you the prompt to hide and seek every couple of minutes, and you can play hide and seek with it, and you have to try and find it, or you have to try and hide from it. I think that concept of this mod is honestly really, really good, but besides from that, this mod is kind of a dweller. It's not really, but it just kind of spawns out of nowhere, and that's it. Like, the environment isn't good, there isn't many good sounds in it. I guess it's scary-ish, but honestly, I think it's not scary after 5 minutes. After you play hide and seek with it once or twice, you kind of get used to it, and then once it spawns, jump scares you, that's kind of it, to be honest. So I'd put it in not scary after 5 minutes. Next up, we have an actual banger. We have Disturbed, and this is actually a very solid horror mod, okay? So it just spawns one entity, that's it. There's different variants of it, but just one entity. And what I really love about this mod that I'm going to give 10 out of 10 is the actual character design. I love the character design. It's not the normal blocky, it's just kind of like a humanoid figure. The environment's alright. I wish this only spawned at nighttime though, because in daytime it sticks out like a sore thumb and it's kind of goofy. So honestly, pretty good horror mod. If you want to add it onto a world with like the broken script and no moon.jar, it would fit itself in pretty well, but it does spawn out of nowhere, so be aware of that. I will put it in probably the very bottom of terrifying. I don't think it goes into the nearly perfect tier. Now, next up, a very controversial one. I know a lot of people really do not like this horror mod, and I honestly don't understand it. From the Fog is the most downloaded horror mod. I was actually very surprised when I figured that out. It has like over 12 million downloads on CurseForge alone. But honestly, I really like this horror mod. The environment is down to a T. It's perfect. It rarely spawns, and that's what makes this horror mod so good, because the idea of Herobrine was that it can literally spawn like once in like your lifetime when you're playing in the old Minecraft. Obviously it never did properly spawn, but everyone had the fear that there was someone looking at you. I love the original structures that it spawns in as well. The sounds are perfect. I don't understand the hate for this mod. Like, I really don't get it. I think this mod is nearly perfect. I'd put it in front of this. Next up, a lot of people might not know about this horror mod. It is called Split Self. I actually played this when I had, I think, 2,000 downloads. Now it's gotten a lot more popular because of Minecraft YouTubers, but honestly, if you guys haven't seen this before, this is definitely one of the best horror mods. This basically takes the broken script and adds it to a whole nother level, in my opinion. Now, why is that? Because it actually has a lot more access to your computer that you might be aware of. The game can literally add photos from years ago that are on your PC. I'm not even messing. I've seen that before. The whole idea of this mod is that you have your past self that was on this world before you, and you can even talk to your past self. It's a really obscene idea, but they do a really good job. And honestly, guys, it's going up there. It could be its own game. I don't think it's as good as the broken script and no moon.jar, but I'm going to put it right there behind. It's so underrated. If you haven't played this horror mod before, I would 100% recommend it. Now, next up, we have a little bit more slop going on, because I just got so pissed off to see how many downloads these horror mods have. The Mimicker has like 5 million downloads. I don't understand it. It just spawns. It's a dweller. It runs in your face. It kills you. You can't kill it. It one-shots you. Stupid mod. It's just so bad. It really is. It is so bad. I just don't understand it. Now, next up, the dweller I shall not name. But the reason why I put Man from the Fog in is because it's an OG, okay? This basically started Minecraft horror. It is one of the few ones that came out that was really good at the start. But there's a hold up today. Absolutely not, okay? Like, honestly, dwellers were scary at a certain period of time and everyone loved them. Nowadays, it's just not it. We're looking for horror mods like the broken script, that actual good horror. I honestly just added it just because it was good when it lasted. And honestly, I think it's not scary after 5 minutes. You do get a couple scares at the start, but honestly, if you're playing this mod after even an hour and you're getting scared after an hour. Now, Entity 404, another horror mod that is very heavily inspired by the best of all, the broken script. I actually haven't played this horror mod that much, and when I did play it for a couple hours, not much happened, but I've heard some really good things about this horror mod. Honestly, I can't really say much more than it's terrifying. I'll put it there. Now, next up, possibly two of the actual scariest looking entities, the Obelisk and the Boiled One. Just look at these guys. These guys are scary as fuck. The Boiled One, the original design, looks absolutely terrifying, but then they absolutely murked it in Minecraft Minecraft, okay? It's like this like statue looking blocky, man. They honestly just should have made a better version of it. The Obelisk is literally just a floating PNG. Just like you're playing Gmod back in the day, it is literally just a PNG. So the Obelisk as an actual horror mod overall, it's not great. It spawns a PNG, but honestly, after you realize it's just a PNG, it's just not it. But I'll put it into the scary-ish because it has a scary face. The Boiled One, another pretty similar horror mod. The worst thing about this horror mod is the sounds. It spawns the most obnoxious sounds of all time. I can't stand this horror mod for the sounds. I literally just want to mute everything that comes from this horror mod. But for now, all the horror mods I played, it's not great. I'll put it in the scary-ish as well though, because its face is so scary. Now this is the final tier list. What do you guys think about it? I think this is pretty solid. I think I've done a pretty good job. Easily the best horror mod of all time though is the Broken Script. Thank you guys for watching the entire video. This was the no bullshit guide to the best Minecraft horror mods. Have a great rest of your day and peace.